Okay, well, the waiting room is open so people can keep joining. But thank you everyone for coming. Super excited to welcome Dora back from Spira Powered Yoga. She taught with us last year, and we're super happy to have her as part of our yoga month again. Thank you for tuning in. I hope everyone survived the wind. So go ahead and take it away, Dora.
Thank you so much. I'm just looking at all the beautiful participants who are joining, so I'm just scrolling through the names. Thank you so much for making time for your yoga here today. And today it's yoga from my home with a little extra sweater because my studio is still shut down because Issaquah is still without electricity. So and Wi-Fi. So I'm just now presenting you from my home. Many of you know me. If you don't, I've been in this wellness and yoga business for almost 20 years now. I first had a yoga studio in West Seattle for about 13 years, and then I shut that down a little bit after COVID. And now I've been open in Issaquah for 6 years. Time just flies like crazy. And so I teach mindfulness-based yoga, but I do a little bit more than usually yoga studios do. I have another company called M3B Method, which is mindful movement, meditation, and breathing. And I do extensive presentations on spirituality, mindfulness, nutrition, and how all of that helps you with your fitness goals as well. And I've worked with companies like Amazon, and right now I'm doing a long 1-year program with the Washington State Patrol. So it's been a really beautiful development, kind of an addition for what I do generally, which is just take every day as it is and enjoy the company of yoga. So, but we are here to do yoga, and my specialty is a flow-based yoga. So, as opposed to styles that are mostly stretchy on a floor or holding one pose for a long time, the yoga style that I feel is the most beneficial for our current lifestyle is derived and modified from Ashtanga. And my whole ideology is based on functional mobility. So I don't believe in hypermobility. I don't believe in stretching without engagement. I really have taken a lot of these yoga poses and reviewed them with a physical therapist and stated the question, what is it that we need the most right now? And I think we all need a little more movement, and we all need um, the stabilizing muscles to get a little stronger. So if you find that you have a harder time following it because well, it moves. So it's a little bit like a dance. So at first you might feel that you're one step behind. That's perfectly perfect. None of us are perfect. We're all just here to practice. So without any delay, let's go to child's pose and then just do the best you can. That's all we can do. Sometimes even without electricity, right? So settle in and wear whatever layers you need to wear if you're still kind of in a cold house. And settle into your child's pose. And just rock the forehead on the floor a bit. Feel the breath expanding in your back body. And just gingerly walk the left hand to be on top of the right, and then glide it forward as you take a deeper breath. Could the rib cage expand, drawing length to the side body? And then walk the hands over to the other side. And I just reach a little bit more forward and across via the right arm. Breath comes in. And breath goes out. And then gingerly bring it back through center and simply come to fingertips. So as you come to fingertips and then wiggle those fingers forward, feel the tractioning in the arms, engagement in the shoulders. And then notice the changes as you take a deeper breath in. Slow breath out. And then glide onto hands and knees. Make sure you stack the joints, so hands on their shoulders. And then settle into cat-cow, lengthen on an inhale. And round on the exhale. And find that neutral spine where you're a little bit drawing the navel toward your spinal column, but you're not creating a cat uh, spine. You're just lifting the navel up. So you're creating support. Then extend the right leg back as well. And make sure that as you did that, you didn't collapse right away into your shoulders and your low back. So you're still pressing the floor away. You're still lifting from the navel. And now a little bit corkscrew that right hip down so you can discover the adduction and the hamstring and the functionality of those muscles. And just keep breathing. Reach the left arm forward with the thumb up and then keep noticing what's happening to the supportive structure. Is it still drawing the navel in? Are you still pressing up and out of your shoulder? Can you control the exhale to be slow and steady as well? Now keep your right leg up as you place the left hand down and then squeeze the right knee over towards the shoulder, kind of like doggy in a fire hydrant. And then extend the right leg back. Sweep the straight right leg across to the left. And now look at your left shoulder and just a little bit kind of let the right hip fall to provide that gentle stretch on the side hip. And then inhale, bring it back through center. And knee to nose, exhale. Now create that cat spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to lengthen. And then release the right knee down. You're going to scoot that right hand a little more underneath you and then pivot to raise the left arm up and straighten the left leg. So you're in a kneeling side plank. And then notice where's the structure here. Could you lift out of the shoulder? Can you straighten the leg and notice how the quadricep has a dynamic connection to your side abdominals here? Right? Reach the left arm overhead and then the right leg lifts up. Take a nice deep inhale and then elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, extend and elbow to knee. Inhale, extend and elbow to knee. Notice if you fell into your shoulder. Inhale, extend, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend one more time now. Some of you might have the reach to grab that upper foot to upper hand. If you don't, no worries. Just kick step it behind you and then reach the left arm overhead and let the head fall. Keep pressing the hips forward. So you just want to feel this nice frontal extension. Take one more breath into it. And then when you look down, you come back to hands and knees and then just boogie it out a little bit in cat-cow. Sometimes I like to take a horse slips, especially if I had an email that I would really like to not hold on to anymore. And just releasing tension. And then we'll set it up nice and slow on the other side. So structure, there's always has to be discipline before freedom, right? So structure before mobility. Find your shoulders, find your core, and then left leg goes back. Notice as you extended the leg, don't fall into your low back. Pick it up a little bit. Left hip rotates down. You should feel the inner thigh, the adduction, kind of give you a little more structure here. And then keep spreading the toes so you have vitality moving through that leg. And then where is your breath? Squeeze the left knee to left shoulder, doggy and a fire hydrant. Extend the leg back out. Swing it across, look at the right shoulder, and just let the outer left hip get a little kind of passive tractioning here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale the left leg back up. And then extend the right arm forward with the thumb up and press up and out of your shoulders. Just see if you can reach a little bit more. And then release the right hand down and knee to nose, exhale. Inhale, extend the leg. Maybe you take the gaze forward. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Notice if you look forward, if you fall into your low back, can you still tuck? Knee to nose. Uno más, por favor. Inhale. And then knee to nose. And then we can release the knee down and open up to a kneeling side plank over to the other side. Find the structure first. You can even touch your thigh and your obliques to kind of make sure it's like, yeah, now I understand the connection, right? And lift the straight leg up, reach the right arm overhead. Deep inhale, elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lengthen now. A little kick step behind you, a little bit of reaching back, or the option to grab the foot, right? You choose whatever is possible because that's all you can do anyway. So why worry about the less, right? Just do what you can today. Breathe into that. And then come back through hands and knees. Boogie time. A little bit of cat cow. You can always lift up the hands, maybe circle your wrists around a bit to ease the weight off of the joints for a second. And then we can reset and make sure you don't go very narrow, right? So the new guidelines with physical therapists is to get that down dog a little bit wider, stand via the hands so that the shoulder and the rotator cuff has a little bit more engagement as opposed to flexion. So as you do that, your pinkies might also almost be off the floor. Tuck your toes and go back to downward facing dog. Hang your head. A tiniest little micro bend in your elbows should let you bicep forward, tricep back. And as you do that, notice that, oh yeah, now my shoulder's actually working. I'm not hanging in my shoulder. I'm engaging and lifting out of the shoulder. And then what you can hang is your head. And so there's always a balance between effort and ease, sukha and sthira. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Then tiny steps all the way to the top of your mat. You can take your feet as wide as you want, but then bend your knees. So it's not about stretching your hamstring, it's about hanging the spine. And then dangle the head. One version is you could interlace the fingers behind your low back and then allow the arms to travel forward, creating a deep stretch for the chest and the shoulder. Option number 2 is you could grab opposite elbows and then ragdoll. But then can you clinch with your toes? So Padabandha, clenching with the toes. And as you do that, notice the hamstring and the gluteus medius, the part of your butt muscle, kind of zips up in that centered back. And that gives actual support for your lumbar spine. So you're never just hanging in your joints. Deep inhale and exhale. Now release the arms gently, heel toe the feet to touch. And then you engage those toesies again, grip via the glutes and the hamstring, halfway lift. It's like a deadlift. You can even take your arms behind you with the palms up. So you feel that the shoulder blades came together and back on your spine. And exhale, forward fold. Always lift with your legs as you inhale, stand up. Once you're upright, straighten your legs. And then reach up, up, up until you feel that you're stretching the belly. And then bend the elbows, let it go. Ah. Inhale, lengthen, reach up. And bow forward, exhale, bend your knees, especially if you have tight hamstrings. Halfway lift, flat spine. Right foot steps back, release the back knee down, and then sweep your arms up. Grab a hold of your right wrist, inhale up, and as you shift the hips forward, lean a little to the left. But you keep gripping via that left leg. So if you're flexy, you're not sinking in your hip like this. You're pushing up and out. So it's an odd way of tractioning flexibility while engaging strength. One more breath into that right rib cage. Inhale through center. Exhale to downward facing dog. Breath comes in and breath goes out. Via strong legs, inhale to plank and then knees down, gingerly lower all the way down. Press the top of the feet down, low cobra. And then make a sound like a snake. Push your tongue against the roof of your mouth and then slowly exhale as you release down. Notice that you instinctually use your abdominal muscles for that. So twice more. Inhale, low cobra. And then so you're using your abs and pulling them in as you're lowering down, 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 down. One more time. Inhale, low cobra. And then controlling the exhale via abdominals. Down we go. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale to downward facing dog. Thoughts come in and thoughts go out. Inhale the right leg up. Rotate the hip open, bend the upper knee. And then just circle around your hips. See what is, right? Just explore what's possible in the hip today. Inhale, extend the leg up. And then step it through. If your foot gets stuck, who cares? Just grab that ankle, help it forward. There we go. Draw the chest forward, inhale. And then straighten to your ability. Don't go till you're shaking. Just go gingerly. Inhale, shift forward. And straighten them back. Inhale, shift forward. And straighten them back. Inhale, forward, back knee goes down. Sweep your arms up. And then bend the elbows, let it go. Inhale, reach up. Feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift, flat spine, strong glutes, forward fold. Strong glutes as you rise all the way up. And now find that midline and press to tippy toes. And it's okay if you wobble, right? It's not about perfection. If you aim for perfection, it's a sure way to be miserable in life. Same thing about happiness. It's a very joyless ride chasing after that stuff. Just be present to what it is. Right arm back, left arm forward, and then exhale into the twist. And if it's wobbly as heck, well, isn't it great to be alive? Just coming back slowly to center. Maybe you fell a few times. Good for you. Come back. Twist over to the other side. Just explore that exhale. Inhale, come back through center. And then we're going to anchor our heels down, chair pose as you sweep the arms back. Stay in chair as you reach the arms back up. But now a little bit pull the pubic bone towards your navel so you feel it drawing in on the abdominal muscles, stretching out the low back. Take one more deep inhale. And then bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Flat spine. Left foot back. Knee goes down. Inhale, reach up. Grab a hold of the left wrist, inhale up, and then lean over to the right. So where is that balance in your body? Can you feel that you're supporting the hip by gripping the foot and the hamstring? But then you're giving freedom to the waist and the torso by expanding the breath. Inhale, coming through center. Exhale to downward facing dog. Breath comes in and breath goes out. Inhale to plank. You have a choice. You're more than welcome to lower all the way down. If you can fire up your legs and not collapse the low back, then you can do a good old-fashioned low push-up, chaturanga. And then either a low cobra or flip your feet over. Keep the knees off the floor as you go upward facing dog. And then flip the feet over again, downward facing dog. So you always have a choice. You know, one is not better than the other. It just is. It's just what is available right now. Inhale the left leg up. Rotate the hip open, bend the upper knee. Motion is the lotion. Take that leg around a few times. Inhale, extend the leg up. Step it through. Remember, there's nothing wrong with a little help. Draw the chest forward. Straighten to your ability. Inhale, shift forward and straighten to your ability. Inhale, forward, back knee goes down. Sweep your arms up. Bend the elbows, let it go. Inhale, reach up. And feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach to the sky. And then Samastitihi, hands to heart. You can even close your eyes as you a little bit sway back and forth, noticing how proprioception is kind of calculating the upright position for you. But nothing is rigid. Everything is changing. Everything is constantly exploring and adjusting, even when you are in stillness. And so the stillness is simply the observer. It's not reality. It's not the material world. It's in your heart. Inhale, reach up. forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Plank pose, exhale. Engage the leg, look forward, inhale. Halfway or all the way down, exhale. Cobra or upward dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Breath comes in, breath goes out. Sensations come, sensations go. Inhale the right leg up. Step it through crescent lunge. So you could release the back knee down, bring the torso up, and then lift the back knee up. Or just come right here. Just make sure you're not doing the movement from your low back, right? It's always lifting with the leg. Can you feel functionality and stability in your legs? And if the answer is no, that's a perfectly fine set of legs. It's just some days they're wobbly. See if we can stay low and slowly scoot into chair, sweeping the arms back. And then bring the hands to heart and sit a little lower into that chair until you feel that there's some kind of equanimity that comes back to the legs. Take a deep inhale and then twist left elbow to right knee. Try to keep the knees together as you extend and lift out of the lower shoulder. And then allow the breath to manipulate the twist. Keep clenching through the bum as you bring hands back to heart, coming back into center. Can you feel that subtle movement where the pubic bone pulls just gingerly towards the navel so that you're putting more effort into that gluteus medius? That's a really important muscle that gets totally underutilized in our modern life. Right? So as you find that muscle, take one more inhale and now twist it over to the other side. Try to keep the knees together. Clenching through the hamstrings in your feet, coming back through center, deep inhale, and then rise on up like you want to chest bump the universe, straighten everything, big inhale, and then bend the elbows, let it go. Inhale, reach up. Forward exhale, strong glutes. Halfway lift, inhale. Plank pose as you exhale. Notice how your core and your thighs work synergistically as you inhale, shift forward, halfway down or all the way down. Cobra or upward dog, open the chest. Downward facing dog, exhale. Thoughts come in and thoughts go out. Notice if you can release your forehead a little more. Inhale the left leg up. Step it through crescent lunge. Remember, you can put the back knee down and then come up. Or if you can pinky swear that you're lifting from your legs, then you can step forward and come right back up. Press the back heel high. Take one more inhale. Try to stay low as you super slowly go chair pose. Hands back to heart. Maybe you sit a little lower. Where's that little bit of a pulling the navel towards the spine? Squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, twist to the left this time. And once the inhale brought an extension to your spine, open up the arms. And notice my lower hand is right in front of my feet. I do not think I become a better person by becoming a pretzel. I want a long spine, a steady breath, and hopefully a peaceful mind. That third one works about 30% of my life. Right, but that's our goal. And then come back through center chair. Hands to heart, twist the other way. Again, just look for a long spine, long breath. When you open up the arms simply adjust to the possibility of the spine and the breath. They're not shoving devices. And the structure is still in your glutes. Can you feel that you're clenching through the glutes, lifting up through the navel? Come back to chair, both arms reach up. And then Samastitihi. Inhale, reach up. And bow forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. Plank. Exhale. You could skip it and go to down dog right away. Chaturanga or lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath comes in. Breath goes out. Jaw relaxes. Inhale, right leg up. Take your time, step it forward. This time, back heel anchors down. Warrior one as you lift up. And then do your best to adjust so that your hips can square forward, so you can move that back foot. Again, when you take that deep breath, can you expand through even the lowest rib, that floating rib? Can the breath be all the way down into your rib cage? And then remember those exhales. If you tend to puff your exhale out, use that snaky technique we did earlier. Open warrior two. So now your hips are open. Make sure this front knee stays open. It doesn't fall inward. And then my tendency is to hold the weight of the world on my shoulders. So I like to flip my hands until I can sense that the shoulder blades release down. Right? And now see if you can find that exhale. So most of the time the inhale comes easier. Those of you in the medical center, you know that you only let people out of the hospital if they can blow that thingy and the bubble rises up. So it's the exhale that you need for the strength of your lungs. Deep inhale and then use your abs exhales. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Slow, steady exhale as you come extended side angle, right forearm to your thigh, and then you're just reaching that other arm forward. Take one big breath as you're reaching, and now see if you can take the gaze up and go, but your core is exhale and engaged. It's a weird concept. It's extended, but firm. And then sweep the horizon, adjust the feet as you come to Skandasana, side lunge. And you just go to that place where your knees are okay with the idea, right? So you don't have to sit way into it. But you do want to adjust your feet until you feel the inner thigh. Oh, I'm doing something there. I'm stretching it, right? Deep inhale. Slow exhale. Walk to the front, back to runner's lunge. Let's release the back knee down and then bring your torso up. Now in that front foot, can you feel how the grip of the foot grips with the hamstring and then it grips with these abdominals as you tuck the tailbone under, right? Going to use that to stand up and catch the left knee. That might be a work in process. That's why this is straight out of physical therapy and it's so good for you. So if you fall 5 times, get up 7 times. Take the right arm forward, left arm back. See if you can keep that left knee up as you're twisting over towards the left. Maybe even look back. As long as your standing foot wobbles, that's healthy. Welcoming the wobble. Remember, nothing is rigid in reality. Now, can you keep that left knee up as you twist over to the other side? You're going to use a whole different set of muscles in that standing leg, and you might not even know you have those muscles. Right now. Now, see if you can keep this left knee up, even if you don't like me. Just take the arms up, big inhale. And then send the left leg back to airplane. You might need to tap down. There's nothing wrong with that idea. Bend the standing knee a little bit so you can square the left hip down. Squeeze the shoulder blades. You see, I fell as well. It happens to all of us. And then find your way back to crescent lunge. And most of the time, my life is messy, so I don't end where I want to be. So you can put the back knee down and then come back up. But then you want to kind of find your structure. Hands to heart. Now extend forward and pause. So the blessing of the pause is when you pull the pubic bone towards the navel and you squeeze the back thigh, you notice how the hamstring and the gluteus medius on that right leg needs to hold you in order to pivot into the spiral, left elbow to right knee. If that's too far of a reach, you can take your forearm and just set it down on the knee, right? So you twist to the degree that you can, and then don't worry about the rest. That's just let it go. And then open up the arms. Maybe that lower hand is on a block on the inside. Again, can I breathe? Is there length in my spine? Can you still pull back the right hip? Are you cultivating thoughts that are constructive towards the present moment? And if not, just laugh it off. I do that as well. But then see if you can find a different thought. Anchor the back heel down, cartwheel the arms around warrior two, strong legs, relax the shoulders. Inhale, reverse the warrior, and now straighten the front knee, squeeze your thighs as you pivot into triangle, right? So the quadriceps have to stay strong, the feet has to grip. And if you can only go so far, that's a perfectly legit triangle. What you don't want to do is go and reach way low and then collapse the torso forward. That just ends up as a hamstring injury. So where is it where the structure can meet functional mobility? And maybe you just don't go that far. But when you touch your side abdominals, it's like, hey, yeah, those are working. They're engaged. Deep inhale. And exhale. Now bend this front knee so you can save your hamstring as you come back to starfish. And pivot toes out, heels in as you sit into horse stand. You can interlace the fingers a little bit and then press up as you sit down. See if you can talk yourself into a little lower position here. And then take an eagle with the right arm under. Now grip with your feet. Grip with your feet. On an inhale, see if you can lift the elbows away from the chest a little bit and maybe even drag the gaze upward. And then on the exhale, could you round your spine like a cat and bring your elbow towards your navel? Inhale, coming back, maybe even looking up. This might be super wobbly on your feet. That's why we're doing it. Exhale, curl, curl, curl. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lengthen and now release the arms and reach them up. And then forward fold. Shake out the head. You can swing a little bit side to side. Deep inhale. And exhale. Pivot forward to runner's lunge. Release the back knee down. I'll give you one more try. As you inhale, reach the arms up, catch the left knee as you stand up, or just stand up and eventually lift that knee up. And let's take the left foot into tree. And then you could have the foot so that it's way on the floor and the toe is on the floor, giving you a little more stability. Just find your breath. Then release both feet down, Tadasana. Arms release, palms forward, shoulders down. Inhale, reach up. And bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Walk it back to plank. Do what you can. Don't worry about it. Chaturanga or lower all the way. Cobra or upward dog. Downward facing dog. Deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, left leg up. Step it through, warrior one. Anchor, then rise. How could you square the hips forward without rotating the knee? The knee is a hinging joint, so you should not feel that back knee. Adjust until sensation is a nice mild stretch on the front of the right hip. That's kind of what we're going for here. Take one more breath. And then warrior two, Sukha Sthira, effort and ease in balance. So can you feel that the legs are functioning, they're gripping, they're drawing to the center? Your torso is tall, shoulders relax. Breath is steady. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Push the back foot down and then reach the right arm overhead. Reach into that linear. See if you can reach beyond your skin, and then on the exhale, just rotate a little more open. Take one more breath. Sweep the horizon into the Skandasana that works for you. So adjust the feet. Can you feel the inner thigh stretch without any bothersome sensation to your knee? Deep inhale and exhale. Nicely pivot back to the front. Release the back knee down. Bring your torso up and then find where is that kinetic chain where if I anchor into this front leg, the glutes and the abdominals and inner thighs can help me stand up and catch that right knee. And it might take a while to find that, right? So get here however you can, and then right arm back, left arm forward. That's when you start engaging your sense of humor muscle. Can't take life too seriously. Try to keep that right knee up as you twist over to the other side. Whoopsie-doo. I'm just challenging those little stabilizing muscles that usually like to take a free ride in life and not be used. Inhale, come through center, keep the right knee up, and then slowly go to airplane. You know what? This is also an airplane. You could put the toe down. You have every right to do so. Just pick the pubic bone towards the navel so that you're not sinking into your low back. That's what's most important. The degree of the pivot, well, that's the stuff I don't care about. Maybe Instagram does, but then that's again one more thing I don't care about. All right, slowly landing crescent lunge. Rebuilding is a perfectly fine way to go, right? Just reset, lift it up, and then find that firm lift. Tuck the tailbone, lengthen. Big inhale, hands to heart. Let's extend forward until you're keenly aware of your tush. Pull the left hip back. Pull the pubic bone towards the navel, and it's like, yep, that's it. Gluteus medius, hamstring, check. So lift up that back quadricep as well. Then rotate. Keep lifting out of the lower shoulder. And then open up the arms. Remember, lower hand could be inside on the block. Do I have extension in my spine? Am I challenging myself? But I can still smile, right? Deep inhale, anchor the back heel down, lift with the legs as you come to warrior two again. I know that for me, I need to pull that chin back because I like to carry my head a little forward, and that puts a little too much tension on my neck. So notice if you actually feel a little lighter if you pull your chin back just slightly. Inhale, reverse, straighten your legs, grip with your feet. So functional mobility. As long as my legs are strong, I pivot. And then once my hamstring starts screaming, I pause and accept reality, right? So I only go and stretch where my muscles can also hold my structure, where I can have freedom to breathe. Now bend the front knee so you can use your tush as you come back to starfish. And then horse stand. See if you can turn your feet out as much as possible. Your spine is still upright. And then Garudasana eagle with the left arm under. Then challenge yourself. So it's okay to feel a little fatigue. That's physical fatigue is not a bad thing, right? You can lengthen into it, lift, 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 and then exhale, curl, 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 curl. Strong legs. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, curl. Keep gripping with the legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. And then let it just fly as you come back to starfish. And maybe a little bit of bend in your knees as you come to forward fold, and just hang a bit. Let the spine be at ease. Maybe you take a couple of shoulder shrugs. That horse lips if you need it. And then gingerly pivot back to the front, runner's lunge. Release the back knee down. Bring your torso up. And then give it one more jolly good try. Catch that right knee. Oops, I did not succeed either this time, but I tried. And then Vrikshasana tree, right foot to inner thigh or to the floor. Keep your breath. And then release Tadasana. Where is that moment in Tadasana where you can feel that the past sensations are just, it's in the past. They're gone. Now you're sensing something new. Maybe you can take a deep breath into that. And then walk the feet out to Malasana. Inhale, reach up, and slowly squat down, right? If you have sensitive knees, then please don't squat so deep. You could actually be here. That's perfectly fine, right? So always listen to joint sensations. Don't wait till they hurt, right? Just adjust until it feels like it's a good muscle stretch. And then reach the arms forward and allow yourself just roll onto your spine, hug your knees into chest, a little bit, massage your low back, going this way and then going that way. And then anchor your feet down. Try to see if you can feel the feet parallel, so the toes face forward. That means the knees face forward as well. And then come to bridge pose. Connect with how the feet feel and try to anchor evenly. Notice if there's heaviness on the outside and then kind of adjust the feet so that they feel rooted. And then deep inhale into the lowest rib. Slow, slow exhale so that you're in bridge, but you're using the abdominal muscles are pulling down. Inhale until you feel that the ribs are expanding, and then you can even tug the tailbone a little bit and engage the hamstring as you go. Use the abdominal muscles. A few more times. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And then sweep the arms forward as you release one vertebra at a time and then hug the knees in. Oh, so good. And we'll take reclined pigeon. So the right ankle comes across. Grab the back of the left thigh. And if the left leg is not grabbable, you can just kind of swing a towel around it so you have something to hold on to. Just want to get a feel for stretching the outer hip. Sometimes if I rock a bit side to side here, I can actually explore where I have that called the money spot. Right? It's like, oh yeah, that feels so good. Right there. And keep breathing into the sensation. And then just switch over to the other side. Take your time, but keep with your breath. And then notice this leg is a whole different ball game, right? Oh, they have different sensations and different legs. You can notice them. And then slowly release, shake the legs out overhead. And you're welcome to stay here in Viparita Karini. You can even put a block under your tush. If you have no high blood pressure or neck problems or eye problems, then you can go back to plow. But you have no business doing plow. If you feel like you're stuck and you can't breathe, then why worry about it? Just go and stick with the other pose. Right? But if it feels good, if there's an element of freedom and playfulness, you can come to shoulder stand. And just some ways allow that lymphatic drain so that you can feel the lightness of your feet. And then slowly, gently find your way to happy baby. So you can grab your feet, push the low back down, find a long breath that kind of pushes the spine to elongate. And then if it feels good to you, could try to straighten one leg or the other leg, but just don't force it. Nothing works when we have to force our way into it. Just see if you can find that placeful balance. And hug knees to chest. Take both knees over to the right. Arms out to letter T. And then you can look over to the left. Just can you find a long exhale here as well? So you might even experience the extra twist. It's really nice. And then gingerly twist it over to the other side. Bring it through center. Give yourself a nice big hug. And then release to Savasana. Let go. Get your legs forward. Shake the whole length of the body. And then give yourself permission for just 1 minute to do nothing. And then keep making that choice, right? If there's a little tension that sneaks back into the body, just see if you can let it go. If a thought comes in that kind of takes you into doing something, just come back to your breath. Just for 1 minute. Take a deep inhale, maybe hold it in a little more and then let it go. You can wiggle fingers and toes, slowly curl to the right side. And then as you're ready, just come to a seated position. Hands at the heart. Thank you for giving me the gift of teaching. Peace be with you. Namaste. Have a lovely rest of the day. Stay warm.
Thank you so much, Dora. That was great.